Speed Maths 6. Profit and loss tricks. Profit and loss is the focus of today's discussion. Basic formulas. Remember that profit is the increase in price, whereas loss is the decrease in price. The cost price of an item is the price at which it is purchased, whereas the selling price is the price at which it is sold. The difference between the selling and cost prices represents either a profit or a loss for the seller and is calculated as follows. Profit is calculated as the selling price minus the cost price. The profit percentage is equal to the profit divided by cost price into 100. The loss is equal to the cost price minus the selling price. The loss percentage is equal to the loss divided by cost price into 100. The cost price is always considered as the base or 100% when calculating profit or loss. The discount is the difference between the market price and the selling price of a product. It represents the amount by which the market price is reduced to arrive at the selling price. The discount is equal to the difference between the market price and the selling price. Using the following formula, the discount may alternatively be represented as a percentage of the market price. The discount percentage is equal to the discount divided by the marked price multiplied by 100. Given the cost price of 800, the market price is 1000, and the selling price is 900. The discount is calculated as follows. Discount equals marked price minus selling price, which equals 1000 minus 900 equals 100. The discount percentage is equal to the discount divided by the marked price, which is 10%. Profit is computed as follows. Profit equals selling price minus cost price, which is 900 minus 800 equals 100. Profit may also be expressed as a percentage of the cost price as follows. Profit percentage equals profit divided by cost price multiplied by 100, which is 100 divided by 800 multiplied by 100 equals 12.5%. Let's look at one example. The discount percentage is 15%, which equals 3 divided by 20. We know from the discount formula that the marked price is 20 rupees and the discount is 3 rupees. Use the discount formula to get the selling price. The marked price minus the discount equals the selling price. 20 minus 3 equals 17. It should be noted that the equation is a mathematical expression that calculates the marked price to cost price ratio, where the marked price is 100 plus the profit percentage and the cost price is 100 minus the discount percentage. This expression shows that the ratio of marked price to cost price is equal to the ratio of 100 plus profit percent to 100 minus discount percent. The first model of profit and loss calculation is the profit percentage. Let's look at the first example to understand the basic concept of the profit percentage. A person buys a watch for rupees 200 and sells it for rupees 225. Find his gain percent. Assume the cost price is 100%, which is rupees 200. The selling price of the watch is rupees 225. Gain is calculated as selling price minus cost price. Thus 225 minus 200 equals 25. To get the gain percentage, we must construct two equations, where 100% is 200 rupees. X percent is 25 rupees. By cross-multiplying the terms, we can obtain the profit percentage. Otherwise, divide both sides of the first equation by 8 to get X percent, which is equal to 12.5. Second example. By selling a cell phone for rupees 2,400, a shopkeeper makes a profit of 25%. Then his profit percentage, if he had sold it for 2040 is. From the information given, we know that the shopkeeper made a 25% profit on the sale of the cell phone for 2,400 rupees. Assume the cost price is 100%. The selling price percentage is then calculated as 100 plus 25 equals 125%, or 2,400 rupees. To get the new SP percentage, we must First construct two equations, where 125% is 2,400 rupees. X% is 2040 rupees. By cross-multiplying the terms, we can obtain the X percentage, which is 106.25%. Subtract 100% from 106.25% to obtain profit percent, which is 6.25%. Here is an example to help you understand the basic concept of profit and loss. Samanth bought a microwave oven and paid 10% less than the original price. He sold it with 30% profit on the price he had paid. What percentage of profit did Samanth earn on the original price? To solve this problem, first, we understand that Samanth bought a microwave oven by 10% less than the original price, which is minus 10%. He sold by 30%, which means plus 30%. According to the effective percentage formula, the net percentage between two percentages is minus 10 plus 30 plus minus 10 into 30 divided by 100. In this case, the sum of minus 10 and plus 30 and a fraction of minus 300 divided by 100, which is 17%. Next example. A shopkeeper observed that after selling 33 articles he earns a profit from the selling price of 11 articles. Calculate his profit percent. We know that the profit earned from the sale of an item is equal to the difference between the selling price and the cost price. According to the second equation, the cost price of an item may be calculated by subtracting the profit from its selling price. Based on the given data, the selling price of 33 articles would be 33 into the selling price and its cost price would be 33 into the cost price. The shopkeeper earned a profit by selling 11 articles would be 11 into the selling price. When these numbers are substituted into the calculation, we obtain 33 SP minus 11 SP equals 33 CP. Simplify the equation. To get SP divided by CP equals 3 divided by 2. Here, the cost price is 2, the selling price is 3, and the profit is 1. According to the profit percentage formula, percentage profit equals profit divided by cost price, which is 1 divided by 2 or 50%. Let us now look at the second approach, loss percentage, for resolving profit and loss problems. Here is an example to help you understand the basic concept of loss percentage. A person buys a book for rupees 500 and sells it for rupees 300. What will be his loss percent? Assume the cost price is 100%, which is rupees 500. The selling price of the book is rupees 300. Loss is calculated as selling price minus cost price. Thus 300 minus 500 equals 200. To get the loss percentage, we must construct two equations, where 100% is 500 rupees. X% is 25 rupees. By cross-multiplying the terms, we can obtain the loss percentage. Otherwise, we first calculate 10%, which is 50, then multiply by 4 to get X%, which is equal to 40%. Second example, a fair price. Shopkeeper takes 10% profit on his goods. He lost 20% goods during the theft. His loss percent is. To solve this problem, first, we must first understand that the shopkeeper made a profit of 10%, which is plus 10%. During the theft, shopkeeper lost 20%, which means minus 20%. According to the effective percentage formula, the net percentage between two percentages is plus 10 minus 20 plus 10 into minus 20 divided by 100. So, we get minus 12%, which is a 12% loss. Let's look at another example. To better comprehend this loss percent concept, Rahim incurs a loss of selling of 6 hens after selling 144 hens. Calculate his loss percent. We know that the loss from the sale of an item is equal to the difference between the cost price and the selling price. Based on the given data, the selling price of 144 hens would be 144 into the selling price and its cost price would be 144 into The cost price. The shopkeeper incurs a loss of selling 144 hens would be 6 into the selling price. When these numbers are substituted into the calculation, we obtain 6 into SP equals 144 CP minus 144 SP. Simplify the equation to get SP divided by CP equals 144 divided by 150. Here, the cost price is 150, the selling price is 144, and the loss is 6. According to the loss percentage formula, percentage loss equals loss divided by cost price, which is 6 divided by 150 or 4%. The third model is profit or loss percentage. Let's look at the first example to understand the basic concept of the profit or loss percentage. A gold ring is sold for rupees 16,000 at a loss of 20%. Find the cost price of a gold ring. The selling price of the gold ring is rupees 16,000. Assume the cost price is 100%. The loss percentage is 20%. Then, the selling price is 80%. To calculate the cost price, we must create two equations, where 100% is X, and 80% is 16,000 rupees. Divide both sides of the second equation by 8 to obtain 10%, which is 2,000. Then, 100% equals 20,000. Second example. The owner of the cell phone charges his customer 28% more than the cost price. If the customer paid rupees 8,960 for the cell phone, what was the cost price of the cell phone? Let us assume the cost price is 100%. The profit percentage is 28%. Then, the percentage of the selling price is 128%, which is equal to 8,960 rupees. To calculate the cost price, we must create two equations, where 100% is X, and 128% is 8,960 rupees. Divide both sides of the second equation by 128 to obtain 1%, which is 70. Then, 100% equals 7,000. Let's look at another example. To understand this concept, by selling an article for 720 rupees, a man loses 10%. At what price should he sell it to gain 5%? Let us assume the cost price is 100%. The loss percentage is 10%. Then, the percentage of the selling price is 90%, which is equal to 720 rupees. To calculate the selling price to get a gain of 5%, we must create two equations, where 90% is 720 rupees, and 105% is X. Divide both sides of the first equation by 9 to obtain 10%, which is 80. Then, 100% equals 800, and 5% is 40. The sum of these values is 840 rupees, which is the selling price of the article to gain of 5%. Fourth example. If the cost price of 350 articles is equal to the selling price of 300 articles, then calculate the profit, loss percent in this kind of business. From the information given, 350 times CP is equal to 300 times SP. When rearranging the terms, we get the ratio of CP to SP. CP divided by SP is equal to 300 by 350. The fraction is 6 by 7. It is noted that the CP is 6, and the SP is 7. The profit is equal to the difference between SP and CP, which is 1. We may determine the profit percentage using the formula, which is 1 by 6. When we convert the fraction into a percentage, we obtain 16.66%. Let us now look at the fourth model for determining total profit or loss. First example. A man purchased one television and one air condition in rupees 51,000. He sold the TV at 10% profit and air condition on 7% loss. Calculate CP of television if in overall business neither he gets profit nor loss. The overall business should not make a profit or a loss, which is 0%. The man made a 10% profit on the television. The man lost 7% on the sale of the air conditioner. The difference between 10% and 0% is 10. Similarly, the difference between 0% and 7% is 7. It implies that the television has a 7:10 ratio to the air conditioner. The sum of 7 and 10 is 17. 2. Calculate the cost price of the television based on the ratios provided. Apply the following formula. The cost price of the television is equal to the ratio of television divided by the sum of ratios into the cost price of both items. That is, 7 divided by 17 multiplied by 5,100 equals 2,100. Second example. A shopkeeper sells one transistor for rupees 840 at a gain of 20% and another for rupees 960 at a loss of 4%. His total gain or loss percent is, let's assume the cost price of the transistor is 100%. The first transistor was sold by the shopkeeper for a 20% profit. As a result, the selling price is 120%, or 840 rupees. Then we must compute the cost price for 100%. The cost price of a single transistor at 100% is 700 rupees. The shopkeeper made a 4% loss on another transistor. As a result, the selling price is 96%, or 960 rupees. The cost price of 100% of another piece is then 1,000. In this scenario, the cost of both transistors is 1,700 rupees, whereas the selling price is 1,800 rupees. Profit is the difference between the selling price and the cost price, which is 100. Then profit percentage is profit divided by cost price into 100. The profit percentage is then calculated by dividing the profit by the cost price into 100. In that instance, 100 divided by 1,700 yields 515 by 17%. Model 5. Discounts. A discount is a reduction in the price of a product or service. It can be expressed as a percentage of the original price or as a specific amount. A discount is usually offered to promote sales or attract customers. Let's look at some examples to understand the discount concepts in profit and loss. A book is marked 80% above the cost price and sold at a 40% discount, if the difference between the discount given and the profit earned is rupees 460.8. Then find the M.R.P of book. Let's assume the cost price of the book is 100%. A book is marked at 80% above the cost price, which means the marked price will be 180%. The book was sold at a 40% discount, which implies 40% of the 180 is 72%. Then, subtracting 72 from 180 gives 108%, which is the percentage of the selling price of the book. Profit is defined as the difference between the selling price and the cost price, which is 108% minus 100% equals 8%. According to the question, the difference between the discount given and the profit earned is 72 minus 8%, or 460.8. Then we must determine the M.R.P of the book, which is 180%. Solving these two equations provides 1296 rupees, which is the M.R.P of the book. Let's look at the second example to understand the discount concepts. A shopkeeper fixes the marked price of an item 35% above its cost price. The percentage of discount allowed to gain 8% is, let's assume the cost price of the item is rupees 100. An item is marked at 35% above the cost price, which means the marked price will be 135 rupees. To calculate the selling price, the gain of 8% added with cost price results 108. Then, subtracting 72 from 180 gives 108%, which is the percentage of the selling price of the book. The difference between the marked price and the selling price is known as the discount, which is 135% minus 108%, equals 27. Divide the discount by the cost price and multiply by 100 to get the discount. percentage. The discount percentage is then calculated by dividing the discount by the cost price into 100. In such case, 27 divided by 135 equals the fraction 1 divided by 5 into 100. When we convert the fraction to percentages, we get a discount percentage of 20%. Here is an example to help you understand the concept of discounts. The cost price of an article was 800, and it is sold at a discount of 10% and at a profit of 12.5%. What is the marked price? To determine the marked price, we must first calculate the profit and then the discount. The cost price of the article is Rs 800. The profit percentage is 12.5%. As a result, the profit will be 12.5% of 800, or 100 rupees. The selling price of the article is the sum of 100 and 800, which is 900. To calculate the marked price from the selling price with a 10% discount, divide 900 by 0.9, which equals 1000 rupees. Next example. A merchant gained 20% after giving a discount of 10%. If the shopkeeper would not allow any kind of discount, then what will be his profit percent? The ratio of marked price to cost price is equal to the ratio of 100 plus profit percent to 100 minus discount percent. By substituting 20% gain and 10% discount in the equation, the fraction becomes 120 divided by 90, or 4 by 3. According to the information in the question, the shopkeeper would not allow any kind of discount, hence discount is 0. As a result, marked price becomes selling price. Then the ratio SP by CP is 4 by 3. In this case, SP is 4. CP is 3. Profit is 4 minus 3 equals 1. Profit percentage is calculated by dividing profit by cost price, which is 1 by 3 or 33.33%. Let's look at another example. A shopkeeper marked up the price of an article by 40%. He gained a profit of Rs 304 on selling the article if he gave a discount of 15%. Find the selling price of an article. The cost price is 100. A shopkeeper marked up the price of an article by 40%. Then the marked price is 140. When we divide by 20, we get the cost price is 5 and the marked price is 7. We know that the discount percentage is 15%, which is 15 divided by 100, or 3 by 20. In this case, the discount is 3 and the marked price is 20 rupees. The selling price may be determined by taking the marked price minus the discount, which is 20 minus 3, or 17. CP, MP, SP equals 100, 140 to 119. This indicates that for every 100 units of cost price, there are 140 units of marked price, and 119 units of the selling price. The cost price is 100 and the selling price is 119%, resulting in a 19% profit. Profit of 19% is 304. Then we must calculate the 119% selling price. First, find 1%, which equals 16. Then 119% is 119 into 16 is 1904. Let's look at another example to better comprehend the discount concepts. The difference between a discount of 35% and two successive discounts of 20% on a certain bill was 22 rupees. Find the amount of the bill. To solve this problem, we must determine the effective percentage of two successive discounts of 20%. According to the effective percentage formula, the net percentage between two percentages is plus 20 plus 20 plus 20 into 20 divided by 100. As a result, we obtain a net discount of 36%. The difference between a discount of 35% and 36% is 1%. In this case, the 1% is 22, then the 100% is the amount of the bill, which is 2,200 rupees. Model 6. Dishonest shopkeeper. Let's look at some examples to understand this concept. A Dishonest shopkeeper professes to sell pulses at the cost price, but he uses a false weight of 960 grams for a kilogram. Find his gain. SP equals 1000 grams. However, a dishonest shopkeeper uses a false weight of 960 grams for 1 kilogram. In this case, CP equals 960 grams. Then, the gain is equal to 40 grams. We may determine the percentage of profit using the profit percentage formula, which is 40 by 960 into 100. The fraction becomes 1 divided by 24% or 41 by 6%. Second example. A shopkeeper sells products at 10% loss on cost price but uses 2 grams instead 4 grams. What is his total profit percentage? Let us assume that CP is 1000 grams. A shopkeeper sells products at 10% loss on cost price. In this case, SP equals 900 grams. However, a shopkeeper uses 2 grams instead 4 grams, which means a 50% reduction in weight. So, the CP becomes 500 grams. Then, the gain is equal to 400 grams. We may determine the percentage of profit using the profit percentage formula, which is 400 by 500 into 100. The fraction becomes 4 divided by 5% or 80%. Let's look at the third example to better comprehend this profit or loss with dishonest shopkeeper concept. Mahesh marks up his goods by 40% and gives a discount of 10%. Apart from this, he uses a faulty balance also, which reads 1000 grams for 800 grams. What is his net profit percentage? Let us assume that CP is 1000. Mahesh marks up his goods by 40%, which is 1000 plus 40% of 1000 grams. 1000 plus 400. In this case, marked price equals 1400. Mahesh gives a discount of 10%, which is 1400 grams minus 10% of 1400 grams. 1400 minus 140 grams is 1260. The selling price is 1260. However, a shopkeeper reads 1000 grams for 800 grams. Then the new CP is 800. Then, the profit is equal to 460. We may determine the percentage of profit using the profit percentage formula, which is 460 by 800 into 100. The fraction becomes 57.5%. Fourth example. A merchant gained 14.2 by 7% due to the use of faulty weight. If the customer purchased a 2 kilogram item, then how much he actually got? The given profit percentage is 14.2 by 7%. We have discussed this in Speed Maths 3. The mixed fraction 14.2 by 7 equals 1 divided by 7. In this case, from the profit percentage formula, the profit is equal to 1. The cost price is 7. The selling price is equal to the sum of these two values, which is 8. In order to calculate the actual profit of 7 parts, we must first determine the profit of 1 part selling 2 kilograms. 2 kilograms divided by 8 equals 250 grams or 1 part. Then multiply this value by 7 to obtain the actual profit, which is 1750 grams. The seventh model of profit and loss is the more loss or less loss concept. Let's look at some examples to understand this concept. First example, the profit earned by selling an article for 730 rupees is double the loss incurred when the same article is sold for 250 rupees. At what price should the article be sold to make a 20% profit? According to the data provided in the question, the profit earned by selling the article doubled the loss incurred. In this case, profit is 1. The loss is 2. The sum of these values is equal to the difference between selling prices. The value 3 is 480. Then, the value 1 is 160. The cost price of 100% is the sum of the selling prices of 250 and 160. In order to find the selling price of The article with 20% profit